All right, continuing on today, wanted to read this newsletter from Trucking for Christ. And there's information. Hal Larson, missionary to the truckers. He says, hello, Will. We're probably pretty much best friends. Another salvation at the truck stop. Actually, there were two more saved. Some good Bible studies done, many tracts handed out, and free King James Bibles given to those saved and others. Thanks again for your help, for our being there to be a lighthouse to these needy souls. 2 weeks ago, a trucker came through the truck stop in a hurry to go to another area place. I gave him a gospel tract and invited him into the chapel. He said he did not have time, but thanks anyway. But on his return to leave the truck stop to go to his truck, he stopped and said he only had a few minutes. I explained the plan of salvation to him, and when I found out he had never been saved, he was very receptive to it. Realized he needed to get saved and actually prayed out loud, asking Jesus to come into his heart and save him. Praise Jesus. A week ago yesterday, a trucker who was already saved was waiting for my daughter and I to arrive and open the chapel. He had actually got there early and was praying that the chapel would start at 9 a.m., which it did. His name is Ted. Ted was starving for some good King James Bible-believing preaching, teaching, and fellowship. We had a great time in the Lord and listened about many of the adventures he had experienced on the open highways. He said he would try to be back as a regular on Sunday mornings. Reaching truckers makes the angels rejoice in heaven, Luke 15:10. The truck stop has a restaurant at the front of it and a hot dog shop at the other end of it, near the chapel. There are several shops in between. Yesterday, before the chapel service started, I walked into the hot dog shop to get a glass of water. A new manager by the name of Tanya gave me the water. We got to talking, and I asked her if she died, does she know if she's going to heaven? She didn't know, and had not been to church in years. She was very open to the gospel message. God miraculously kept anyone from walking in there to order anything as I went through the gospel with her. And she also prayed and asked Jesus to save her. Praise God. I always explain to everyone whom I witness to that we are all sinners and that we need to come to Jesus with a repentant heart about our sin condition, Luke 13:3. And they do. The next time Ted comes into a service, he wants to hear my daughter Debbie sing "It's a Battlefield, Brother, Not a Recreation Room" by Lester Roloff. In a day and time when many ministers are forsaking the King James Bible and are no longer winning souls to Jesus, you can count on Trucking for Christ to remain fervent in both areas, totally by the grace of God. Thanks for your continued prayers and support to stay here and to keep fighting the fight for precious souls. Pastor Hal Larson, missionary, John 14:6. And again, there's his information. Send him tracts, send him money, send him a thank you letter, get on his mailing list. Talk to y'all later.